Huh? Where? Where am I? I was leaving school, and then... Right, okay. Better check my phone. That's strange. It won't turn on. Did I break it or something? Okay. I need to get home. Am I underground? What a strange stone. I think there's something, huh? Oh. It's so bright. Okay. This is definitely not Tokyo. There's something in this cage.
There you are, Hina. I thought you were gonna sleep the whole day away.
I'm sorry? How do you know my name? And how are you floating?
Oh, no need to get yourself bogged down in details. For now, all you need to know is that you can call me Papa. Hurry up now, time's a-wasting. Just sit back and let Papa be your guide.
Wait up! Please, just talk to me. Who are you and what is this place? Also, how exactly am I supposed to get home?
Boy, all these questions are giving Papa a real humdinger of a headache.
Is this an elevator?
It certainly is. Now hop aboard. Let's be on our way.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Okay, so are we in, like, a theme park or something?
Not even close. This nifty little structure is called the cage.
The cage? Wait, hang on. Why am I in a...
Oops, sorry about that. I've been keeping some late nights recently.
Is that a black?
So close. That, my dear, is a dark scarecrow. Remember how I offered to be your guide? Well, I'm afraid my services aren't exactly free. You need to put in your share of the work. Welcome to adulting.
Now wait just 1 minute. I was dragged to this place against my will, and now you want me to... Wait, what's happening?
Lips draw tight in an attempt to mask uneasy eyes. A wavy-haired girl gazes up at the towering building before her. It smells sweetly of old books, worn paper, cracked leather. As the girl moves, she wonders if she has somehow found her way into one of her childhood cradle tales. This is a school for youngsters who show promising aptitude in the ways of magic. The professor gives her a pamphlet outlining the day's schedule. It also contains her first lesson, a handful of simple spells she is expected to master. A feast of almost unbelievable bounty awaits the new students in the dining hall. Partway through the hall, she encounters a shy, bespectacled student, crying softly to herself. It seems some cruel boys have stolen her dinner. "Don't worry," says the new girl. "I'll get it back for you." She and the other girl make their way to the end of the dining hall. There, they find the boys clutching stolen heels of bread. Vile sneers spread wide across their faces. "Give it back," says the girl. Here I go. You're okay. The girl thinks for a moment. Then she decides to teach the boys a lesson, using one of the magics from her pamphlet. But the spell is all flash and dazzle, and the laughing boys easily repel it. The girl gives the spiky-haired boy a brief thanks, even though she felt the issue was well in hand. The boy smiles proudly and rushes off to rejoin the feast. Having so recently been peeled from their families, every heart in the room is filled with unease. But the smell of good, warm food causes all tension to melt away. The three exchange bashful glances, embarrassed at the way they all spoke at once. Each one feels part of something larger than themselves, almost as if they were starting a new family.
Who was that little witch girl? Was that a dream? Is all of this a dream?
Our scarecrow pal here holds a record of the witch girl's past. Sadly, it's in the process of being destroyed by some real nasty characters. So I need you to get out there and restore those memories.
You mentioned the record of the past. Is that a video or something?
It's good to see you so eager to learn. Well, sadly, Papa has no idea. Ugh, these things are such a pain. We'll have to break through them if we want to restore the past.
That's my phone. Oh, Thank goodness I can finally use my phone again. Oh, never mind. Looks like it's still not working.
Phone still broken? Well, that's a piece of bad news.
Is this a prison?
Take a gander at those iron bars. One of them should show us the way. I bet that did the trick. Right then. Ready to restore the past?
Is it going to suck me in again? Because that was a terrible feeling.
Life at school had remained relatively unchanged throughout the long years. The once young girl now grows ever closer to adulthood. The bell rings out, signaling the start of the day, and she picks up her pace as she runs down the hall. A bespectacled student calls out to her, the same one she attempted to rescue all those long years ago. Though she has matured in many ways, she remains as shy as ever. The professor gazes out across the room and begins her lecture. Pledges are a long-held custom for our kind. They allow two who are close to form a pair and pass their magics to each other. Once a pair affirms their feelings for one another, they seal the contract with an avowal ring. The day of pledging draws near, and you will all be able to participate if you so desire. The students have heard much about this ritual and murmur excitedly as the professor adjourns class. A group of boys slowly walk up to the girl with the wavy hair and offer her gifts of adoration. The girl's mature aura had been garnering popularity for some time, But she has no interest in forming a contract with the boys, and quickly brushes them aside.
I'm not afraid.
More of you come to die?
But then, another student walks in to take their place. It is the spiky-haired boy who shared a meal with the two girls when they were younger. That day led to a friendship between the three that only grew stronger as the years went by. The boy teases the wavy-haired girl, calling her cruel for discarding all of her suitors with such haste. Though playful, she finds his taunts to be irritating. But she knows reacting to them will only make her the subject of further ridicule. The bespectacled girl stifles a laugh at her friend's affectionate bickering. But this sits poorly with the other girl, who whirs around and asks a single question of her friend. The laughter dies, and after a long moment of serious consideration, she finally gives a halting answer. No one in particular. Their conversation is cut short by the ringing of another bell. "We're going to be late," says the bespectacled girl as she bolts from the lecture hall. A confused eddy of feelings whirl about in the other girl's heart. But she can only watch as her friends walk away.
Another memory from that little witch.
Well, she's clearly the stubborn sort who has problems opening up to others. How about you, Hina? can always be honest with your old man, right? Oh. Ooh, that's cold. It's dark here, so watch your step.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
The sun doesn't shine anymore. It's broken.
How do you break a sun? This place is... Oh, right.
Oh, you kids these days are always taking pictures on your phones. Well, we should be off.
All right. You know, I bet that picture would go viral if I uploaded it.
Don't you have beautiful scenery to look at in your own world?
I don't know. I guess I've never really had time to take in the scenery.
In that case, look for as long as you want. Pretend Papa's not even here.
Thank you.
On the day of pledging, the city is resplendent with all manner of decorations and colors. The sight causes the wavy-haired girl to practically bounce up and down with excitement. Hurry, she calls to her friends. Let's go before the shops close. Smiling, she leads her friends through the streets. Enticed by the delicious scents on the air, the girl suggests they visit a nearby food stall. With their bespectacled friend called away, the boy and girl suddenly find themselves alone. "Let's get going," she says, trying desperately to control the quiver in her voice. "I can't let him know how fast my heart is beating." Thoughts and emotions swirl inside the girl like a maelstrom. With all of her senses on the highest of alert, she does not even realize how fast she is moving. The two finally arrive at the pledging plinth, their figures silhouetted by the setting sun. The girl speaks first. She opens her heart to the boy, letting all of her emotions and feelings gush forth in a torrent. Silence stretches out. A moment, an hour, an age. Finally, the boy shakes his head. The girl's heart is immediately drowned in an ocean of despair.
I'll grind them into dust.
I'll kill them all.
The boy manages to form a kind of base apology, his head hanging low all the while. "I'm sorry," he says. "I never meant to hurt you. But I'm going to make a pact with our best friend." Vision blurs, sound roars. Without even realizing it, the girl begins to run, hoping that will somehow stop her tears. When she finally comes to, it is dark. The throngs of people mere suggestions in the shadow. At the sound of approaching footsteps, she turns around. Her friend has returned, none the wiser as to what has transpired. The innocent question pricks at the girl's heart like a thorn. "You were my friend. I told you everything. You kept this from me the entire time." Bewildered, the bespectacled girl attempts to form a response. No, he doesn't understand. He doesn't know. Her lips tremble. Her breath halts. "He doesn't know I love you." And in the face of this unexpected confession, the wavy-haired girl can only stand and stare. 'You're
There is nothing more sad or terrifying than young people in love.
I wonder who ends up with who.
Listen, now that you're used to your job, I have something to tell you. The broken sun in this world once contained a great power. And this job I'm asking you to do will hopefully fix it.
So, if I repair the sun, I can go home?
We'll see. When you finish this restoration, you'll get a fun surprise.
Seriously?
Very seriously. That's a Papa promise.
The wavy-haired girl is stunned. She thought her friends were going to betray her by pledging themselves to each other. But instead, her bespectacled friend has confessed feelings for her. I went out with him once because I didn't know how to get out of it, whispers the bespectacled girl. But it was you. It was always you. The wavy-haired girl is confused, bewildered, overwhelmed. All she can think to do is escape. I hate you, she cries as she flees. I wish you would both just disappear forever. For the next 3 days, the girl barely eats or sleeps. Her heart aches with regret. Regret that she allowed her emotions to run roughshod. Regret at the horrible things she had said. On the day of pledging, the air in the school is heavy and thick. The professor clears her throat. She lists the students who have pledged themselves to each other. But the girl's friends are nowhere to be found. She watches blankly as one pair after another walk past with joy on their faces. But no matter how much time passes, her friends do not arrive. The professor is clearly troubled by this development. Knowing how close the three are, she asks the girl to search for them. As she runs, the girl comes to a realization. As long as they can both be happy, nothing else matters. She decides then and there to apologize to her friends and to do all she can to support whatever decision they arrive at. Finally, she comes to a door held fast by a strange magic. Concerned, she quickly dispels it and proceeds inside. The boy lies before her. His body is cold and still.
Who are you?
More of you come to die?
The cause of his death is unknown, but as no magic art can revive him, a funeral is held the following day. The boy lies in his casket. His death is a mystery, and the bespectacled girl has vanished without a trace. The wavy-haired girl had wished them both away in a moment of rage, and now it had come to pass. If only she had supported them. If only she'd never loved the boy. If only, if only, if only. As regret clamps its cold fingers around her heart, she whispers 4 words to whatever god might be listening.
Those friends of hers were close as family. I hope her heart wasn't too terribly scarred after all that. You did a fine job, girl. So here's the fun surprise I promised. A soul fragment.
It's pretty, but I can't believe we came all that way just for this. Anyway, can you please send me home now? I really need to get back soon.
Now, I bet you'll change your mind if we go just a bit further.
Why are there TVs here? Wait, that's strange. They all look like the old TVs that were all...
Do you really think it could be a coincidence? Think, girl. Try to remember.
In a metropolitan high school, the windows have been flung wide to welcome the early summer breeze. The chatter of students eager to head home fills the halls. A girl emerges from a classroom. Her friend has been asking for this particular favor for the entire school year. "All right," says the girl, "but you owe me a soda." Her teacher's confidence in her ability could not be more clear. "I'll do my best," responds the girl, giving her teacher a polite smile that fails to reach the eyes. She deftly turns down the invitation with a promise to go later and rushes for the school gates. To all eyes, the girl is a sociable, clever student who openly embraces all the joys youth has to offer. The girl makes her way down a quiet residential street, away from the chaos and clatter of the city. She hurries home with quick and silent steps. "I'm home," she calls out in a relieved voice after stepping through the door. Said home is a meager, unfortunate apartment, a far cry from the halcyon image of her school life. The girl finds her father sitting listlessly in a room barely large enough for two. She begins to buzz about the space, straightening and cleaning without the slightest hint of resentment. Perched casually atop the TV is a bank book that represents their entire life as father and daughter. The remaining balance is less than some of her friends' allowances. But she manages to make ends meet by working part-time. She carefully picks a rumpled suit off the floor and places it neatly on a hanger. When did he last wear this? She wonders to herself. He has been unemployed ever since he and her mother divorced. She finds a family photo fallen from one of the gaps between books. It shows her with her parents and little brother, who had gone to live with their mother after the divorce. It shows a time when happiness was not yet a fiction, and after a moment, she crushes it in her fist. The room tidied, the girl alights on a cushion and takes a small rest. Her father's speech is dull, flat. It sounds like the final puff of air released from a corpse. His ex-wife's wasteful spending had saddled him with impossible debts. Emotionally and spiritually broken, her father's daily life had become a thing of rote and sorrow. But it had not always been so. The man once provided his little girl with all the joy imaginable. So no matter how hard their life might be, she would continue to smile for his sake. Dad? Did I just see my past? I'm so confused right now.
This isn't exactly a sure thing, but you know how we're restoring the past and the scarecrows? Well, we might be able to change your past in the same way. Fun, right?
Really? You can actually do that?
I think so. So long as we repair the sun, that is.
All right then. I'll help you collect the fragments.
Wonderful. I knew you wouldn't turn your back on dear old Papa.
I'll collect all of the fragments. And then...
That's the spirit. Keep working hard for your old man.